Appalachia, it's fair to say that most folks believed in the works of the Lord, and they believed He would see them through, even when it seemed impossible. No matter how hard things looked or got, they always believed that He had a plan, and He would work it out. And many of them never failed to get down on their knees and pray. On December the 4th, 1924, a little girl was born. Her father Isam, her mother Nan named her Joie. And sometime during Joie's infancy, she contracted what they called rheumatic fever. And them fevers was hot. And they did everything that most people would do. They tried a doctor, even sent for the doctor, tried home remedies that always worked. But they believed in the doctor upstairs. And eventually the fever broke, but it left some effects on little Joie. You see, when most kids was walking or talking around 2.5 years old, Joie wasn't doing neither. And they feared she was deaf, wouldn't react to noise, but they still prayed and they believed. But I think summers along the way, they just accepted for facts that their little girl wasn't going to talk or walk. She'd sleep with her feet turned in touching each other. Now, eventually, she did start to walking, but she never would speak or mumble a word. She'd follow, traipse around with her mother on the farm. She'd mess with the flowers and play in the dirt. And her mother would just look at her and smile. They believed she was a blessing. She was an angel from God. And I'm sure they thanked the Lord they had Joie and the rest of their children. And that's just the way things was. Now late one evening, the milk cow disappeared, and they couldn't hear the cowbell. Isom, he goes down the holler looking and a calling. They had neighbors down the holler, and he went to check with them, see if it got mixed in with their livestock. And Nan, she starts down through the bottom field, and little Joey's right on her heels. Some of the older boys, they're off looking and a calling for the cow, and as Nan is a calling, she hears this little voice repeat the words she says a calling for the cow. Being a parent, I can't imagine what went through her mind after pretty much accepting the fact that your young'un wasn't going to speak, and then they do. It's just hard to imagine the emotions that Isom and Nan felt. That family always believed that that was a miracle, a touch from the Lord. Now she got a little slow start in life, but it never affected her. She walked to school like kids did back then. She made it to the 11th grade when World War II broke out. And she left and went to Indiana and then to Detroit to work for the war effort. And when all that was over, she come back home and worked on her parents' farm. In 1950, she married, and she had 7 children, and she raised 6 of them to be grown. She had 10 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren. She passed away at 91 years old in the year of 2016. Now this here's a story that's been shared in my family for years, and they still talk about it. And I know it to be true because Joie was my grandmother and one of the greatest women I ever knew. I know that might sound a little prejudiced, but to me, there never was another woman like her. She's always quick with a smile or a quote from the Bible if you need a little pick-me-up. Now something told me I need to share this story, that somebody might need to hear it. Somebody might be ready to give up or accept something they don't want to accept. But I hope you all are doing well and are healthy and are blessed. And I hope you all enjoy this Independence Day weekend, 2024. God bless, and have a good one.